Hey everybody, this is Josh Suth with IC Cup TV, also known as Ask Joshy on YouTube, and this game is being cast from the round of 64 from the Global Gamers Invitational. It's being played between Andro, the blue Protoss over here on the right side of Scrap Station, and Cool Guy, aka oGs.Cool. He's a very well-renowned Korean Zerg player, and the sponsors for the Global Gamers Invitational include iFixit.com, thehandsomenerd.com, and esunited.net. So please go visit those sponsors whenever you have a chance. Of course, all the VODs from the Global Gamers Invitational will be found on youtube.com/ICCupTV. So stick around here if you want to see some more excellent games being played. And this is the round of 64, like I said a second ago, and all the round of 64 games are a best of 3, so I will be casting the entire series here in a row. Gonna try and get them all uploaded at the same time so you can just watch it start to finish. But yeah, I have not watched these games ahead of time, so I do not know who wins or even what strategies are going to be used. So hopefully we can see some really good games out of Andro. Don't know too much about him. I know that he does play on the North American server. He does have about 200 games played with about a 55% win ratio at the time of this recording. And oGs.Cool, pretty well-renowned Korean Zerg player, like I said, winning a lot of Korean events, getting to the finals quite a bit. He's on Team OGS, which is arguably the best Korean team right now. OGS did just play Team Prime in a show match in Korea and basically cleaned them out. In Snare actually all killed Team Prime, so Cool didn't even get a chance to play. But yeah, looks like we have a gateway and assimilator coming in for Andro right away. No proxy shenanigans or anything that I can see, and a hatchery being dropped for Cool at around 13 food. And then the spawning pool. So hatch first, spawning pool second. If Andro has any level of high aggression, then he could take advantage of this early expansion from Cool Guy. Like I said, don't know too much about Andro's play, but he has over 100 wins in Phase 2, and that takes a lot of playtime. Phase 2 only lasted a couple of weeks. But Cool Guy, haven't actually seen too many games out of him either, but I know that he is a winning machine, so would not expect him to do too terribly bad here in the first game. Cybernetics Core coming in for Andro. This is a build that Huck and lots of other Protoss use quite a bit. Get that first gateway followed by a Cyber Core, and then you can kind of decide from there, based on your scouting information, what sort of further tech you're going to try and go for, or multiple gateways, depending on what you find out. But Andro scouting around did see the natural expansion going up, also saw that spawning pool finishing up, so got a good idea of what to expect here in the early game. One gas being worked on right now for Cool. So, also 2 queens coming in. So as soon as that hatchery finishes, getting in that queen. So gonna be able to take advantage of that macro ability, spawn larva, and of course creep tumors. Andro deciding to throw up a second gateway and a second gas while he continues to crank out some probes. Neither player actually building any fighting units yet, except for Andro with his one Stalker trying to get some free shots on this Overlord, but of course it's very easy to get to a safe distance. Not going to be any trouble there. And Zergling Speed, of course, always a very good thing to spend that first 100 gas on for the Zerg players. He's probably going to be starting to spread his creep between these expansions sometime soon. He has 2 queens, so after a couple of spawn larvas, you should be pretty good on your spending and be able to afford the energy for that creep tumor. 2 stalkers moving now for Andro all the way around, and 2 lings from Cool arriving to Andro's base. He is really just going to receive some scouting information. The 2 lings are not going to really do much on their own. They may actually score a probe kill or 2, but these probes do enough damage they can kind of hold their own while waiting for this Zealot to warp in. And Zergling Speed, of course, not quite finished yet, so no tricky tactics here. Andro actually did pull his 2 stalkers back home to ward off these 2 lings, so Cool actually buying himself some time with this miniature harass. Both lings are going to be going down, of course. Looks like they did have 1 kill. That Zealot pops out now. He might be trying to wall off here eventually, I don't know, with the units. But he does have his 3rd gateway and the Twilight Council already finished. Cool going for his lair tech now, as well as just pumping out lots of drones still. Getting extractor, hatcheries, lair, macro elements right now. Overlord, drones, lair, things like that. Nothing too big. He's got about 12 speedlings running around the long way, gonna catch that probes trying to scout, so Andro is alerted that these Lings are on their way. He's going to warp in a couple of Zealots. Zealots, of course, still do very well against Lings, no matter how fast they are. And he's going to check this natural expansion for Andro to make sure he's not trying to drop another Nexus without him knowing. Andro, of course, working off of 3 gateways instead. He got that Twilight Council, but now we're looking... Oh, here's the extended tech, the Dark Shrine coming in for Andro. Going to move straight from that Twilight Council onto some Dark Templar instead of... something like Blinkstalkers, Charge Lots, or even High Templar. He is dropping a Forge now, too, so that his Dark Templar can have even stronger weapons, perhaps, or just, dropping some cannons around. We'll have to see. Forge has many uses. Dark Shrine completing any second now. And, oh, cool, actually already has an Overseer in place. He did not see the Dark Shrine that I know of. No, he didn't, so really just good preparation by Cool Guy, aka oGs.Cool. I'm going to say Cool Guy more often than not just because that is his name in this game. He's got his Hydralisk Den finished as well. Oh, sorry, I missed this. It looks like... What? Hang on, I have to go back. I feel really stupid for missing that. I have no idea how those Lings were able to get in past those units. Oh, Andro actually moved out and the Lings were just south of his ramp, so basically running in after Andro moves his units out of the way. Force field dropped a very, very poor force field there. The Lings were already through, so he had that force field queued up, but his sentry was too far away to drop it, so now the probes forced to fight for themselves. They have to survive on their own if they're going to try and do any more additional mining. Finally, that force field wears off. There are 2 Dark Templar on the field now with a couple of Stalkers, Zealots, and Sentries in the mix. And these Lings basically just bouncing around, not really able to focus on anything for too long, or they will be taken out. And finally, Andro does clear out that imminent Zergling threat. But Cool basically building lots of Spine Crawlers, lots of Speedlings. Don't see too many Hydras on the field. Actually, no Hydras at the moment. They are just now starting to morph in out of those eggs. Go back to production tab so I don't miss anything. Yep, just a couple Spine Crawlers and lots of Speedlings ready to defend. Also, this Overseer is very important. The fact that Andro does have Dark Templar on the way. And did he see? He must have seen the Dark Shrine. Yeah, he did with those Zerglings, so he is going to be all ready for the Dark Templar. Hopefully he won't lose too many units to that. But Andro moving around now, dropping a forward pylon so he can start warping in with those 3 gates that he does have. The Spine Crawlers, of course, are going to get some free shots on the Dark Templar because they are ranged. Dark Templar are not, and the Overseer is in fine position to see everything. It looks like he's going to go try and break down this destructible debris. Cool moving in from behind him with all these Speedlings, able to trap him effectively. Sentry putting up Guardian Shield. Dark Templar cleaves right through these Speedlings, though, so if that Overseer... or actually, if the Hydras don't focus fire this Dark Templar, he's going to be able to kill a lot of units. Finally, he does go down. Andro forced to retreat here a little bit. Looks like Cool is going to handle this with no problems. That preparation with the Overseer ahead of time really helped him out. Andro trying to expand now. No, not dropping a Nexus just yet, but he is building that pylon there as sort of a preparation. These 2 Zealots get caught way out of position. These Speedlings are easily going to catch them, surround them, and let them be killed. Overseer now just flies right over the rocks and comes on over. Cannons being built all over the place here, even though there's no expansion to defend. Only 1 Archon here? When did that happen? He must have morphed 2 Dark Templar together to make this Archon try and kill some Lings a little bit faster. And oh wow, the Overseer actually using the Corruption, or Contaminate ability, my bad, on these 2 gateways, so he can't warp in any more units. He's trying to build cannons. It's not going to be enough. This Archon, of course, also not going to be enough. There's really just no units left for Andro, and he's forced to GG in this first game. So Cool, showing his his preparation paying off with that Overseer. Even though he had not seen that Dark Shrine yet, it was able to luckily get in some Speedlings there for some free information and free probe kills, and Andro force fielding his own ramp, unfortunately, led to him, eventually losing this game. So good game by Cool. Let's move on to game 2.